Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blood, Fate, and Fortune, a game of swashbuckling, sorcery, and seduction, all set in the world of 7th. My name is Dan McCurdy. I'll be your storyteller this evening. You can find me at RevDMC247 on TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, and if you find me anywhere else, could you let me know? I really do not remember all the social media that I'm a part of. Anyway, I will allow my players to introduce themselves, starting with Natalie.
Hello there. My name is Natalie, also known as Gizmos Aplenty across all of the social media platforms. Tonight, I am playing Leonora Orsini, the Sorte Strega.
Hello, everybody. I am Wolfgar, Reaper Wolfgar, everywhere that it matters. And I am playing Fr Rafael Rodriguez, our Castilian priest. And that's all. Just that. Passing it on to my friend here. That way, I think. That way.
Hi, I'm Jeremiah McCoy, also known as Basics of the Game, and I am playing Mykolas Kelvan, who is definitely just a soldier and does not like being the center of attention.
Heyo, I am Took, I guess, or you can call me Took. You can find me everywhere, especially here on the Twitchies and the Tiki Talkies, and now on the YouTubes. And I'm playing Roan Ibex, your muscle mommy Avalonian hunter warrior.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lakar the Artificer across all the social medias, and once again, I am playing the beautifully bloody brilliant Umberto Vitale.
All right. Previously on Blood, Fate, and Fortune, our party, who is currently traveling west in order to return the body of Sir Bryant, the former mentor of Roan Ibex in the Hunters Guild, amongst other things. They had briefly stopped in the city of Ekatnava in Usura in order to gain passage westward over the Maw. There were some complications there, including finding the dead body of Janos Losajas, much like our Just a Soldier, and his primary contact to the Ratas, the circle of Losajas, who are united in the Samartian Commonwealth and devoted to keeping the power of the Divai under control. He was found brutally murdered. The party did some research into that murder so that the boat would be permitted to depart. Of the wind will make the water that is on it freeze briefly before it breaks off and moves away. It is not a pleasant time to be on a ship. Let's do a quick run around. How much time have any of you spent sailing, and how are you dealing with stormy weather? Let's start with Lenora.
Are you kidding? Lenora has been landlocked her entire life, even though she lives very close to the canals of Vadachi. She has not stepped foot on a ship before. She is having a very rough time.
So just tripping and falling, seasickness, where are we at?
I would say more of the tripping and falling. Seasickness, not so much. it's less of a vestibular disbalance, more of a trying to, right, more of a like trying to find my sea legs in a way, and it's not working out for me.
Which is tough when your foot might occasionally go down on ice and gravity decides to go in a different direction.
Oh yeah, it's cold. I don't like cold either.
Father Raphael, how's the good Padre doing?
He's handling it better than Leonora because he had to travel a little bit because he's done some mild traveling like between the island and the Vaticine, and when he had to leave and go to different areas that way. I imagine he has been on boats, but for it to be as hectic and chaotic and as it is, he is struggling a little bit. He's trying to maintain stalwart because if the priest goes down, everyone tends to freak out. So he's trying his best to maintain composure. But like there are moments when he goes down below and just collapses into a hammock or wherever he's sleeping and just is just rocking back and forth like, oh dear prophet, save me. So that's kind of how he's dealing right now.
Oh yeah, and you are sleeping in hammocks below deck. This is mostly a cargo ship, and so there are not private quarters. There are just places where crew and passengers have hammocks stacked 3 high, and so we can figure out who's below who later. Mykolas, how are you?
Mykolas has probably been on a ship once or twice over the course of his career. Transport to different places and so on. Sometimes it's the better way than going across land. He's more or less okay. Like you can tell walking is a strain just because the rocking ship is difficult for him to get used to. But he doesn't get sick and he doesn't slip on the ice because the ice is home for him as far as that goes, even without his powers. And mainly he's, checking on his people. He'll probably loan a cloak to Leonora so that she can be warmer and stuff like that. But yeah, he's doing the stalwart soldier thing.
I will say, Leonora, the coat that you received from the Volkovs is actually really up to this. If you want a good winter coat, you go to Usura, and so you're in good shape. The extra cloak doesn't hurt because it breaks wind, but your coat is actually, the cold when you have that on is not the worst, though it's not the best when it's wet. That's your main problem there. Roan.
Roan is super used to this because being a member of the Hunters of Elgrim, she has to do this travel often and got really used to it when she was younger. And she doesn't feel as cold because she knows that moving around makes you not cold. So she'll be doing push-ups and like shit like that. She still wear like the normal like pelts and stuff to stay from being getting sick or anything like that. But like whenever she see the two of them Leonora and Raphael struggling, she'll give them her extra pelts and stuff, or give them hugs to warm them up. Other than that, she is trying her best to help out. She doesn't know anything about sailing, but she'll be lifting shit and like having conversations and just making her way around the boat and talking to people.
Okay. And Umberto.
If you were to watch Umberto working on this ship, you would notice he's a little slow, but you're thinking if he wasn't cold, he would be a little more comfortable than y'all would think he would be on this ship. He's trying to help deckhands and everything, and he kind of second guesses as he's doing it. Like he's trying to remember something, but it's not quite there. But he has been on a boat.
Okay. As you all are moving around, like I said, the storm is starting to go up. You hear alarming creaks coming from the hull and the masts as strong wind starts hitting. Eventually, the captain gives up and orders the sails pulled down. The wind is just too strong, too unpredictable, and eventually it's going to rip the mast off the ship. As the crew starts going about doing that, that is a particularly difficult time in the sailing of a ship because a lot of the crew is I'm going to need either a brawn or finesse with your sailing. Yes.
I am so sorry. You cut out for me. I don't know if you cut out for everybody else.
Okay.
When you were
You did.
explaining about the role.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
we had-
you are going to make so you are being tossed around in the waves. You're trying to keep, as the storm is particularly flinging the ship around, you're going to make your either brawn or finesse plus sailing.
What?
Flair?
Flair!
Flair.
Oh,
Flair!
this pretty dice
Yes.
for Flair.
Flair dice.
Flare dice.
Pretty Flair.
That is
Pretty
2 raises from me.
Flair, pretty
All right.
That was brawn and
too.
Either brawn and finesse, whatever your approach is, but sailing.
cool.
3.
Cool.
So
1,
two.
2. Okay. 2. All right. So good news, no one flies overboard. Bad news, if you had 1 raise, you are going to take 3 wounds. If you had 2 raises, you're going to take 2 wounds. If you had 3 raises, you are going to take 1 wound, just from being buffeted around on the ship. It is not comfortable. Again, not necessarily like anything bloody, just you're either more tired or actually you hit something or something like that as the ship is tossing around. Yes.
Can I voluntarily take 6 more wounds?
If you are picking this moment to get rid of a lash, you absolutely
Yep.
may.
Thank you.
You sure you don't want to do it with
No.
villain points?
No,
That
not
could be,
right now. Maybe later. Thanks. Come again. Bye.
Oh, and did anyone have any leftover dice in that roll?
No. Absolutely not.
No one ever wants to give me their dice. So,
That's not true.
I'm going to venture that giving villain dice to you when we're on a ship going through a stretch of sea called the Mall is maybe not the wisest choice we could make.
Mm-hmm. Took you take 2 minor wounds.
Wow.
Okay.
Because you had 2 raises, correct?
Yes, 2 minor
Right.
ones. Cool.
So, as the ship continues being tossed around, where are you all setting up shop? This is not very comfortable. Like, are you out on the deck trying to help? Are you just staying down below and trying to stay warm and conscious? Like, where are you all situating yourselves in this? Yeah, Raphael.
Raphael is, when he's not in his hammock trying to recenter, he's out in the crowd trying to provide moral support, helping where he can, because he's got some strength behind him, but his whole thing is going to be moving around sort of dexterously anyway. So like providing support, mending folks, bandaging up folks that end up with like scrapes or anything like that, is just generally flitting and floating around and doing
Excellent.
that kind of work while this is all happening.
This is a Castilian crew, and so they are very grateful to have a Vadicine priest on board, and it is having a noticeable effect on crew morale. I believe you have a quirk that can benefit from that, or something. So if I'm right about that, go ahead and
I
take
earn
you
a hero point. I do, because it says earn a hero point when you drop the rhetoric and take action to practice what you preach.
Fantastic.
So,
You're not
yeah,
staying below
definitely
decks.
do
You're up
that.
amongst the crew. How about you, Lenora? Where are you hanging out in all of this?
I am likely kind of probably near the galley in a way, where I'm going to be up on the main deck, but like towards the galley doors, trying to see if I should be in the way or out of the way. Perhaps trying to help out tie loose ends if need be, but I'm trying my best to just observe what's going on.
Yeah, it is weird because every time you think you see something, it's like, "Ooh, this is something I could do," because you have no dots in sailing.
Correct.
Every time you're like, oh, this is something I could do, someone has picked it up and done it. Like, you can tell that there is an order to the ship, but you just don't know what that order is. And so you're fairly confident that if you tried to help with a thing, you would get in a sailor's way. And so you're kind of like, every time you're like, "Ooh, I could." No, I shouldn't do. Oh, I could. I don't want to do that. How about Mykolas?
Mykolas is he's been on a boat a couple of times, so he knows what he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So he's staying off to the side as well, just to, like, in case somebody says, "Hey, we need you," he is visible. But otherwise, he's staying out of people's way because he knows what he doesn't know.
So up on deck, but over to the side, so someone can call him if they need a strong back. Okay, Roan. Roan actually said you're around, you're moving, you're
helping
out, and Umberto similarly.
Yep.
From what you said before, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so as you all are working and helping, you're doing what you can. Those of you who are doing it, and the crew. None of you know anything about sailing. You assume they're competent, but again, it's not going well. Weird rogue waves are hitting the boat and throwing it in odd directions. The creaking coming from the hull is getting more and more worrying, and from the masts and everything. And then one particularly bad hit comes from an iceberg. And you hear a yell from down below. We're starting to take water, Captain. And the captain kind of swears to himself, gives his quartermaster control of the boat, and is like, we need to find some kind of port. We're not getting anywhere in this. A harbor, somewhere we can do some level of repairs, or we're never going to make it to the Glamour Isles. Yes, Lenora.
I would like to ask someone for a spyglass, please.
Yeah, sure. So several crew members have one, and so one of them just kind of hands it to you, kind of.
Yeah,
curious.
Lenora overhears, and she is like, I might be of assistance, possibly. And she's going to look through the spyglass, and she's going to use eagle eyes. Clear on a sight, you can see perfectly out to 1 mile.
All right, with eagle eyes, you actually don't even need the spyglass. Like,
well, it says spyglass. You can even pick out fine details. That's why.
Okay, cool. All right, so you run up. Where would you go to do this? Because right now you're back. You're near the forecastle of the ship. Like, are you trying to climb up? Are you?
I would climb up the stairs towards where the ship's wheel is, but then. Look out. I would probably like perch myself my back on like whatever mast is right there and try to like look forward wherever the ship is either steering towards or around on the sides.
Well, with eagle eye, this is not even a roll. Looking through your spyglass, you're looking around, and then for a second you see what seems to be a star. Now again, massive storm around. There are no stars in the sky, and it goes away.
I'm going to read that star.
There's nothing to read.
I know what it is.
I let you get away with reading enough inanimate objects. This one, no threads of fate from the start. And then it comes back a little bit brighter, goes away again.
I'm going to point out that what I think is a star and say, Captain, I think there might be something that way.
He grabs his looking glass, looks up, and is like, "Prophets preserve us." No, this is the Castilian man. Anyway, prophets. Everyone's in ish. Sorry. Prophets preserve us. It's a lighthouse. And he runs up to the wheel, pushes the quartermaster away, and starts making the turn and moving in that direction. As you all start getting closer, you start being able, even with just your plain eyes, you see a light that will come up and pulse and go away. And then you start to see that light showing on the hurling snow and freezing rain that's all around, as you can see the brilliant light of a large lighthouse. And it is tall. And yes, lighthouses are often there to warn you away, but at least it's land at this point, and that's something to work with as the ship is steering its way in. And again, the captain's trying, like, if it's warning about rocks, but he's trying to get close enough to be able to see what precisely is there. And as you all get closer, you realize that this light is particularly bright. It's particularly shining, and there is a it seems to be powered by a powerful furnace that is built down underneath it, which has this light that's going around everywhere and shining up the side of it. And Mykolas, as you go forward to kind of curiously to get a view of what this is that you're steering for, the tower of the lighthouse suddenly has an oddly golden hue to it. As you are moving forward, and it seems to be almost glowing as this beacon of hope as you are heading towards there. What does Mykolas think when he sees the golden tower?
Well, he's been around long enough to recognize, okay, this might be what we are looking for, but he doesn't want to get ahead of himself. And is just, he's noting it. He's being very stoic. He's not going, "Hey guys, look!" You know, he's
have you told it? You didn't tell anyone the detail. I don't even know that you told anyone that there was a deal. Did you?
He did tell Leonora that he had a deal that, but he did not give the details of the deal, just that there was a way to fix things. And he was looking to see how he could get that accomplished. So
as you get closer and closer to the island, you can see and some light, and the light of the lighthouse is starting to create some ambient light that you all can see with. You start to see that the face, it's actually tall cliffs around this island, at least in this direction, and they are plastered with ice and snow and wild wind created directions where the water from the waves is kicked up by the sea and the wind and then hurled against the cliff and freezes once it's there in the cold, and then more on it. So it's like icicles that are growing out horizontally in various directions. And you don't see any easy way up the cliffside, but the captain calls out, "We're going to try to make our way around to the lee side, see if we can find somewhere where we can at least take some shelter until the worst of the storm's over." Is anyone trying to help out? And if so, how? Umberto.
He's just gonna let them order him around, and he'll just bounce around and give an extra pair of hands where necessary.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and call that your finesse, just having your fingers there together. Don't roll just yet. Raphael, you also raise your hand. What's Raphael trying to do?
Well, hold on, I had a thing. And okay. I don't know if he can try to help with the morale boost and keep everybody, and if anybody gets hurt, stopping and helping them so they can get back up and keep helping, that kind of deal.
Sure. That'll be your panache roll.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm only giving you traits is because this is all going to be sailing, so which none of you have. So, Roan?
Okay, that's fine.
Anything that requires strength.
All right. You are grabbing a rope and yanking when they say heave.
Yes.
Because now they're trying to get the sails back up so they can get a little bit more control as they're making their turn around the island. Mykolas, were you going to help or?
Yeah, I mean, if I see a thing where they need help of a strong back or something like that, he will jump in.
Okay, Yorbron and Leonora.
I think Lenora is honestly just trying to hold on.
Okay. Then we won't have you roll because you aren't working. You're just staying where you're at. So everyone give those rolls and let me know if there's less than a success. All right. 3, 1, 1, 3. Okay. With all of your help, no wounds on this one. I was mainly interested if anyone fell over the side because they were trying to be helpful. You managed to make your turn. The boat manages to make the turn around the island, and you watch as the swoop of the island comes down behind it. The cliff face only seemed to be on the windward side, and it slopes down into a harbor that even has some docking facilities on the far side. Nothing much, could not handle more than one ship. Seems like this all that this island really seems to have is the lighthouse, but it is important enough that they have a way to regularly bring supplies to it and make sure that this stays open, because you are now in the territory of Vestin Manavinyar, and shipping is literally their entire economy. And so this island is a thing they want to see coming. So the Sandoval's fortune is able to limp its way around and work its way into the harbor. And you all feel as the anchor drops, and does not drop very far before it hits ground. And slowly the ship coasts up to the docks, at which point crew jump off, some of them slipping a bit, and tie the ship into the dock in order to ride out the rest of the storm. The ship, after several days of nightmarish sailing and a horrific night of nightmarish sailing, is finally tied up. What is everyone doing? What's happening?
Kissing the grass.
There isn't a lot of grass. It's mostly salty rock and dirt and ice, honestly. But
Beautiful.
if you're kissing ground, there's ground to kiss.
I think Mykolas, as soon as he gets off the boat, he'll sort of, I guess, get Leonora's attention as much as anything else and be like, I need to go check on something. I will be back.
Leonora's getting off the ship more like it looks like she was drunk, but she has not been drinking this entire endeavor until she finally reaches the ground, and she's kind of like sprawled out. And she looks up to Mykolas and says, "Are you sure? Do you need a friend? Do you need anyone to go with you? It is always stronger when we are together."
I'm just scouting to see what we are facing.
Okay, but do not go far.
I promise I will stay as safe as I can.
Okay, and then she's going to turn around and she's going to look for Persepolis.
The horses are all below decks. So
She's-
first, yeah.
Sorry, after she gets her groundings, she's going to go back on board and go down to see Persepolis.
Persepolis seems remarkably chill. And when you come up, immediately starts nosing at where you normally keep your bags. Like, okay, so you're here. Where's the... Yeah, okay. You are here, woman. Deliver the food. All right. Rafael, Rowan, and Umberto, you were... was a little bit more sailing experience than Leonora. How are you all? We know Rowan is kissing ground. Umberto and Rafael.
Thank the heavens.
Umberto, once he gets off the boat, he's just going to kind of look at it and mutter something very low in Vidachian, shake his head, kind of shrug, and then just walk off to see where everybody else is.
Okay.
Raphael's afraid that if he stops moving that he will cease to function, so he is almost manically running around, still doing what he was doing, providing morale, looking in on folks, making sure they get water and that they settle in a little bit, warm up if they need to, like is doing all of the caretaking pragmatic things to do, and he's not slowing down.
The captain will walk up to you, Raphael, and say, Father, I was hoping I could ask you a favor.
Oh, but see, what do you need?
Well, like I said, we're going to need to do some repairs before we can set sail again, even when the storm abates. We still have a bit more of the maw to traverse, and then we're in the trade sea. I notice over there that there is and he points to the other side of the, not very big harbor. And he's like, there's a shed there that looks like it might keep supplies for that sort of thing. The only obvious settlement around here is the lighthouse. I was wondering if you would greatly mind going up there and talking to them, letting them know that we're here, and perhaps seeing what they would want in trade if we could take advantage of some of their supplies.
Oh, see, I don't mind going. I can see what they're willing to trade, and yeah, that should be easy enough to do.
Thank you. I'd rather not leave the crew alone in this moment. They're all a little bit shaken. It's been a long couple of days of sailing.
Understandably so. I offered prayers to a few. Maybe just taking a
very
moment to
appreciated.
maybe taking a moment to just sort of recenter a bit, and I'll be back in a bit with answers on whether or not we can make do with their supplies and what they might want. Either way.
Yes.
And we'll just sort of kind of dip his head in deference.
Captain bows lower. This is clearly a guy who was taught to respect the church, and he does that, and then sees about seeing how mainly he's doing the diagnostics and figuring out how bad the damage to his ship was, and how much extra of lumber and stuff they might need to do the repairs.
I think Raphael will have found Mykolas has already started walking up that hill.
So yeah, depending on how long, Raphael, how long do you think you take before you start climbing the hill? And are you letting anyone know that that's what you're doing?
He's immediately gonna make way to find one of the group, whether it be Leonora, Roan. Roan's probably going to be the easiest to spot just because she's so tall. So he'll probably look for Roan and let her know that he's going to run up to the lighthouse to see about supplies and things that they might make use of. There you go.
Go ahead. Let's play that out.
Okay, and so he goes this up. Mi cariño, excuse me. And it's just sort of like jumping up a little bit because I imagine that it's the bustle of running around a little bit. It's just like
Rowan is actually on the ground, so you're actually looking down on her from the ship when you spot.
Yeah, she's on her. Like,
I thought she was standing up.
No, she's like on her knees.
I thought she was standing up.
It's from the ground, like.
It's just like he'll slowly walk up behind her and shuffle his feet a bit to make noise so she doesn't like freak out and or body slam him into the dirt, and it's just gonna shuffle his feet a little. And it's just like, Mi cariño, are you all right?
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally fine. Still getting used to being on a boat for so long. What is up? I was gonna go do a patrol because I don't know this place and I don't trust it.
That's fine. I was getting ready to make my journey up to the lighthouse itself to talk to whoever's in there about trade supplies that we might be able to make use of and things like that. The captain asked, and so I figured I would do.
Okay. Yeah, let me know.
I just wanted to let you know where I was going.
Well, scream.
I just wanted to let you know where I was going. So. Oh no, you'll hear it. Trust me. And just sort of turns immediately red as he realizes nothing he says after this is gonna make it sound any better. So he's just gonna says, right, and just sort of goes, I will I'll keep you posted, and and just sort of awkward, like is blushing as red as he is across the T-zone of his face, right at the top of his ears, and then just turns and starts running towards the hill because he's got everything he really needs at this point. And depending on how far ahead Mykolas got, he might have.
Okay, we'll hop over to Mykolas now. Mykolas, as you start climbing the hill, this is a fairly steep climb. The path has several hatchbacks to make the traversal not just a straight go up a fairly steep hill. And again, cold. The wind isn't so bad because you are on the lee side of the island. So it's not. There's still definitely it's uncomfortably strong, but it's not. I might get knocked off the path. Strength wind, and there's a little bit of slipperiness. Just to see how you're doing, go ahead and give me your let's call this finesse athletics. Just seeing how well you're keeping your balance on the ice as you're making your way up.
Plus flair. Oh, that's not bad. So 4?
4. All right. No wounds at all as you perfectly manage your traversal up the path. And Raphael, as you are playing catch up from behind, you also give me a finesse and athletics. This will give me a notion of how long it takes you to catch up, or if you do.
If I do, assuming I do, we'll see how I'm not a slouch. We'll see how well this goes. Ooh, yay! Okay, that is 3.
3. On 3 successes, you are going to take 1 wound, basically of exhaustion. This is a steep climb. You're already tired after you've been out, and I will bring you into the scene when it's appropriate. So, Mykolas, after a bit of climbing, you get to the top of the hill, and this is where the wind really picks up. The full wind of the storm is now hitting, but you can see the lighthouse clearly in front of you, and it's very powerful light being sent out. This is one of the older lighthouses. This is maybe Siena, possibly Old Empire. Very well built, very well, and because built by them, not so much maintained as eternally stalwart as in the face of winds and storms over centuries. And as you move towards it, you see a few smaller, what seem to be outbuildings, a shed, a little area, a stable where you imagine there might be a cow or some pigs, a small spot of carefully maintained earth that's probably a garden, not during the winter months, but obviously nothing growing there now. And coming up behind the lighthouse, you see an oddly tall door. You would guess probably 11 feet high, and but similarly wide to what a human would use.
Okay. As he walks up to it, he is saying, sort of under his breath, "Is this the place I need to be?"
Yes, it is.
And he will walk up to that door, and boom, boom, boom.
The door resounds, and at first you were kind of startled at how loud it is. And as you're there knocking, you're getting the impression it was probably designed that way, to resound in, because it's a big building, this tower, and to make it relatively easy to hear. You hear some kind of low voices, vaguely upwards. And then after about a minute or so, you hear some locks turning inside the door, and it pushes open, and you expect like a very dramatic squeak or something. Nothing. The door opens nearly silently, and then suddenly jerks forward as it's caught by a gust of wind, and the one opening it sort of has to hold it. And it sounds like, "Who are you? Where did you come from?"
A boat. We are down at the leeward side. We are trying to effect the repairs. I hope you don't mind.
A boat coming in on a night like this? It's a good thing the fire is stoked good and hot. Come in. Get out of the storm.
Thank you. Who am I speaking with?
terribly sorry. My name is Samson Davies, and you are?
Mykolas Kelvan.
Ah, I wasn't quite clocking the accent. Samartian. Hello. Welcome. How big of a boat? How big's your crew?
It's a small cargo vessel. I'm more of a passenger, actually. But the crew is working. I hope that if there are some supplies down there, they can use them to repair.
Yes. We have a stash for precisely that. Yeah. Yes. One moment. And he kind of looks around, and he goes, "Erica, it's fine. It's a sea crew. They could be pirates, Samson. He hasn't tried to run me through yet." There's a long pause.
I wasn't planning on it.
Actually, and he looks down at you. His sword's even peace bonded. And he is about probably an inch or two shorter than Mykolas. Of a decent build. You can tell he works a lot with his arms. And his shoulders are pretty well defined and built, with light brown, almost ginger hair, flecked with gray. And a woman probably similarly aged. You would guess he's somewhere in his mid-40s. A similarly aged woman kind of peeks her head around from a spiral staircase leading upwards into the tower, and she goes, "Oh," and comes on down and walks up to you and goes, "I'm Erica." And hello. You understand our hesitance. We're fairly alone here.
Of course. I would be hesitant myself, but it felt better to come and see you in person rather than just be going about our business without telling you anything.
Oh, well, welcome to Isla Nostra. We are we are the Davies. We are the lighthouse keepers. Not that it needs a whole lot of looking after, but we do what we can at the Queen's command in order to make sure the lanes stay open. Is there anything we can do to help you? We have a few rooms available for guests. I don't know that we could quarter an entire ship's crew.
They're probably going to be busy repairing the boat. But I appreciate the offer, even if it was limited. No, I just came to say hello and see what the situation on this island was. We saw your light. It saved us.
Well, it's good to hear what we're doing isn't for no reason. And around this time, Raphael would get to the door.
Its knocks are significantly lighter, but still loud enough to be heard. Because he's a smaller man than Mykolas is.
Someone else is here, and Samson walks forward and opens the door. Hello. I presume you were also on the ship. What was the name of the ship?
Sandoval's Fortune.
Oh, Castilian ship. Come in. Get out of the cold. And,
sorry, it just comes in.
You'll notice as he's looking. What's your notice, Raphael? Or empathy? Sorry, empathy.
1.
What's your empathy?
Oh, empathy. Hold on. Empathy is 2.
2. You will notice his eyes catch your, because you're in your priest attire, right? Because you were doing your priest thing on the boat. His eyes will fall on your priest attire, and particularly your Vaticine symbol, and you notice a little bit of hesitance. It's not hostility. Just, I don't know how cool we're going to be. That kind of feel. As he sees that, he goes, anyway, welcome in out of the storm. And sorry, your friend here. You are friends, yes. I realize not everyone on ships.
Yeah.
bosom buddies.
See, we are. Yeah, we've been traveling together for some time.
No, excellent. Was just asking what we're about. This island is literally just a rock in the sea, but it's a very inconvenient rock. If you were to do diving in these waters, you would find a number of shipwrecks below. So, really weird ancient ones too. But this lighthouse has been here forever, as far as any human records go, and it's fairly self-maintaining, but it needs, it occasionally needs someone to change out the fuel and to, make sure the different pieces stay, properly lubricated and the like. So we, that's what we are here for. Different families come here in 5-year shifts, and we're on the 3rd year of ours.
Oh.
Is it just the two of you all by yourself up here?
Oh, no.
Lonely.
Our children are here with us too. We during the day we teach them, and it was a good way to get them off the streets of Carleon. There was a potential for them to get into trouble and the like.
Well, I know something of what it is like to live in isolated places.
So
I grew up in the middle of nowhere country, so this is no issue for me.
And it's fun enough. Like during the summer, they enjoy playing on the lee side and running along the hills. Looked from the right angle, it's like a castle wall to climb, to assault, and things like that. And there are some tunnels down underneath here. We think it might have used to have been a fuel source. But in any case, well, the crew will be doing their repairs. But if we were about to actually put on some dinner, if you have any other friends, fellow passengers of yours that you'd like to stay with us, you'd certainly be welcome. It's rare we get company, and a Castilian and a Samartian traveling together would only be good for the children. They're studying languages and might be helpful for their education.
We have a full set. If you are amenable, Raphael, you're faster than I am. Do you want to go and get the others?
See, I'm sure that I can go get the others, and we'll sort of like humorly like lean in and go. And if you think the Sarmatian and the Castilian are interesting, you'll definitely enjoy the ones from Vadachi and Avalon.
Erica actually looks that
will...
like, well, I mean, Avalon, they are Avalonian, but Vadachin. In fact, at that, Samson looks a little bit nervous. Vadachins have a reputation, and he's worried about pirates. But but in general, Erica seems perfectly pleased, and she actually grabs a coat from a hook, wraps it around her shoulders, and goes to shows you a path down to the docks that'll be a little bit easier, Raphael. A little bit hidden.
Oh,
it's their the easy way to the docks that you don't make immediately obvious, just in case a pirate crew does pull up. Let's not make it easy on them. So
that's fair.
And
then he'll thank her.
Mykolas, I ask, is there something I can do to help out while we're waiting?
Well, I mean, on nights like tonight, most of our chores were done before evening. There'll be fuel to manage up, in the tower, probably another 3-4 hours. But until then, nights like this, it's music, it's reading, it's sitting in front of the fire, it's fresh baked bread, which he gives some sniffs. Sounds like he's going to be done in a little bit of time. Here, let me show you the way up. And he leads you up the spiral staircase, and you get to the next floor, which is clearly set up as a very comfortable living area. You can see sort of a central area. There's a little kitchen spot in one quadrant, fireplace, a really odd fireplace that you see that has, but it's definitely keeping this area warmer than you would expect. Like you see the size of the fireplace and you walk in like, oh, this is going to be a little bit drafty, but no, it is warm and comfy. And just like there's a little library that's been set up with a smattering of books and things like that, and several easy chairs. And it looks like, and none of the furniture is matched. It looks like different families bring different things and tend to leave stuff behind, but cozy seems to be the rule for this particular floor.
Okay.
And he offers you a chair in front of the fire and comes over with a mug of ale. He has one for himself.
Deeply appreciated. Thank you.
If you don't mind me saying, you have a look of the soldier about you.
I have been and continue to perform that function from time to time.
Mm-hmm. I spent 10 years proudly serving in the service of Queen Elaine. There was nothing we wouldn't do for the Queen. And then an opportunity to bring my family out here and to more of a side, not a promotion so much as a sideway motion into, maintenance. And so now here I am.
Indeed. Also, it's easier to have a family in a stationary place than
So
Yes.
much so. Erica put up with much while I was being deployed. But when we had the opportunity to be together in this way, even though it meant some distance from her family, which between you and me was actually part of the bonus for me, it's good and it's comfortable. I actually would recommend it to people, so long as you don't mind a bit of solitude. If you have a small group that you could bring with you, it's not a bad life.
That would be nice. A quiet life for a while.
They bring food every month, basically seafaring fare, but there is, you might have seen the little garden down below, and so we do what we can to raise fresh vegetables and the like. We get some every month, but that only lasts for about the first week or so before it starts to go bad. So what brings a Samartian traveling out this far west? In general, you all tend to stick within your own borders, I've found.
Accompanying a friend to Avalon and then accompanying another friend to Valdachi.
Oh, roundabout trip. You all are world travelers.
Mhm.
Are you all
Go.
good regular sailors? Members of a navy or anything like that?
Not my particular company. We are, well, all of us serve in different ways. Good father who left, ministers to people.
I don't wish to pry. We are all objectionists. Raised
won't bother.
is that going to be a problem?
No, he's fine. He is not one of those kinds.
Okay.
And
Just didn't want to be rude. I'd already offered him food and drink and the like, but might have controlled whether or not the kids came down, that sort of thing.
no, he is not that sort. We have actually had to get into a bit of a tussle on occasion with that sort. But
Inquisition.
But we have Leonora, who is good at taking care of people. And we have Roan. She is a mighty monster hunter. And Umberto is a skilled swordsman and adventurer.
You can see why I would guess that you all might be pirates with a varied group like that, but
I get the end.
All right. Meanwhile, down at the boat, Raphael, you arrive after a much more comfortable trip down, and you get back to the ship. And the captain actually sees you first and comes up and is like, "So, what's the word?"
They said that you can make use of any of the supplies that you need. And while they probably, I don't know what you are going to do about lodging and the like. But
Oh, this is not shore leave. My crew is all staying on the ship. We're probably going to be working through the night on this.
Okay, don't work yourselves too hard is all I ask, please.
We do what the weather demands. The ship gets repaired, and then we make plans moving from that.
It's fair. Just kind of gives a pat of sort of encouragement type of thing. It says between the it's just like, have you seen the rest of my group? The really tall one, and
The really
the
tall
other
one
two.
is still making out with the island, as far as I can tell. The lanky one is up on the deck helping out where they can. I haven't seen the woman recently.
Oh, well, I'm going to round them up and bring them up to the
okay.
lighthouse.
It'll certainly be more comfortable for you all. There probably won't be much sleep to be had in the hull anyway.
That is probably fair considering the amount of work you may need to do. So, but just if anything goes on, please make noise. Let us know.
If not like to be heard through the storm, but we'll do what we can.
And just we'll nod and then go and find Rowan and just goes, if you keep doing that, I'm going to be jealous.
And she'll just suddenly just stand up and then go, like I said, I was going to do a patrol anyway. I wasn't kissing this ground for that long.
Just goes, we've been invited to the lighthouse by the keepers there. Mykolas is already up there, and they said that we could go and get the others. So I found you. Now I need to find the other two. They're probably both on the ship if I had to guess. But let's go see if we can find them, yeah?
Oh, but I want to go see if there's Fine.
Oh my god.
All right, we'll say bit by bit. Rafael is able to get Umberto and Leonora's attention. As you all start walking up, Persepolis is kind of like,
Go let me out.
there's no way you're gonna be like, they would need to. There's a whole hatch they would have to get him through, and you know that's not happening. Does Leonora just walk away, or does she?
Oh, I'm so sorry, I spaced out. No, Lenora's coming.
Persepolis just watches you go sadly.
I just give him a good boop on the nose, being like, "It's okay, buddy. We'll be back."
And unless Umberto wants to demand to sleep in a hammock on a ship being actively repaired.
Nah.
Nope. He going.
So the crew, you all are able to get back up. Erica is waiting for you when you get in. She lets you all in and brings you up to the very comfortable floor that I had mentioned. And it is warm and it is steady. The wind is just this kind of pleasant whistling past the windows. There's fresh baked bread that is being brought out of an oven that is connected to that fireplace. And after the time you have all spent at sea, it is amazing. Oh, hello everyone. I'm Samson Davies. You've already met my wife, Erica. And let me see if I recall the names as they were given to me. You are Father Rafael. You introduced yourself. The tall one was Roan, I believe.
Yes. Pleasure to meet you.
And that would make you Umberto. And you are Leonora.
Ciao.
Excellent. Well, dinner is about to be on, so welcome. Terribly sorry about the horrible weather. Good that you all are safe. And Erica kind of points in, oh, stop trying to play the innkeeper. Let's just get them to a table and get some food in their bellies. And she comes over and is dishing out some stew for all of you and cutting fresh baked bread. And then she walks over back to the spiral staircase and looks up and calls, Maeve, Soren, dinner, and their guests.
Oh. Oh.
You have children?
Oh, yes. Often they have people with families do this. Makes it harder to go crazy due to loneliness during the long stints. So yes, well, we are here with our 2 children.
Oh, that is quite a blessing indeed. And how old are they?
Oh, Maeve is a very precocious 9 years old, and Soren is 13.
Wow. Coming of age indeed.
Oh.
Indeed. And as soon as this is said, a little girl in a very warm, almost nightgown, more so than a dress, starts coming down the stairs. Her hair is brown, blondish brown, similar to her mother's, and very long braids. And she kind of bounds down and is immediately looking at all the newcomers, and then her eyes lock on Rowan. She goes, whoa.
Hey, and she'll like do that tall person thing where she bends down to their height.
It's like, can you touch the ceilings? And Rowan,
Yes.
Interestingly, you can't. Usually, most places you go like this and you can touch the ceiling. But as I said, the door was 10 feet tall, and the ceilings are another 3-4 feet tall each.
I should go, yeah, and then look up and go. You see her catch a little bit of an attitude.
But if you wait. But if you picked me up, I could do it. Could I? You want to try?
For Rowan, kids is like her weak spot.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, fine, whatever. And she like pick her up by the hips.
You
and
hoist
say-
her up,
like,
and
hoist
she is
her up.
able to stretch. You have to hold her by her thighs, but she stretches and touches the ceiling. It's like, I did it! And Erica's like, honey, we don't immediately climb every stranger that we meet. As you lower her back down, she looks around and her eyes snap onto Leonora. You are so pretty.
You are too kind. And I'm reading this child.
You're reading the child, and Maeve shows you the Emperor and the Fool.
The Emperor and the Fool. No. I mean, that makes
And-
sense. That tracks.
And she walks up and she says, I've never seen a dress code like this, where like this embroidery is so cool. And,
Oh, this was,
she's just like poking at everything about you as she's running around.
well, this was a gift on our travels, and we come to strange places, but we are very appreciative that we could come and stay in your home for a little while.
Oh yeah. You want to sit by me at dinner?
Sure. I would love that.
Then she looks over and her eyes rest on Father Raphael. You look like a priest, but different.
Kids,
Goes,
bro.
I
Oh
am.
my god.
It just smiles and go, I am indeed a priest. Not like you would typically think this is true.
You're
Smart girl.
and she points at your holy symbol. Why is your cross wrong?
My cross is different, not wrong.
But it's supposed to have, and she describes the objectionist cross, which is the Vaticine symbol
Mhm.
with a bit of a starburst in the center. The Vaticine does not have the starburst.
As it goes, I see. This one is different because, and just we'll sit there, and he's trying to figure out how to have this talk with a freaking child. I don't think he's encountered children, but in the capacity of the priesthood, it's a little not as much as when he was younger and before he really stepped into that. So this is a rare encounter for him. It's just like, I know the symbol in which you speak. That is one way that the symbol of faith is displayed. This one is mine. It's a little different, but we follow the same principles thereabouts.
Okay. And she leans in close to you, Raphael, and glances over at Umberto. Do you think he'd let me hold one of his daggers?
While he may let you hold it, I do not think your parents would.
I don't think they're looking right now.
And just looks up and sort of looks
They are,
over
of course,
conspiratorially.
watching. This is not a child you leave unobserved with strangers.
Oh yeah, no, it's just like it just goes. It's just like, you know what? It's just like, I don't know what they will say, but
you have already taken
think they're
too
not
long.
paying attention.
She turns around and just rushes over to Umberto. Your daggers look really cool. Could I hold one of them, please?
And he will look around. Are the parents watching?
They are a little curious.
Later, when your parents are asleep.
Erica just kind of closes her eyes for a second, takes a deep breath, and continues serving out the food. At which point, Samson kind of rolls his eyes, goes over, yells up, "Soren, dinner, please! Come on! There's guests here, new people to meet." "I don't want to," comes from upstairs. "Soren, come on down. It's dinner time." "Fine." And a kid with dark hair, looking very tired, you all will notice. There's deep dark circles under his eyes. Kind of walks down the spiral staircase, looks at all of you. "Hi." Walks the rest of the way down. Before he can get to the floor, Maeve suddenly dashes over to him, wraps her arms around him, like, we got guests. They come from all these neat little places. She was able to pick me up and I could touch the ceiling, and she's from Vidachi, and she's wearing really beautiful dresses. He's got knives. I'm going to get to hold one of them. And that priest's cross is wrong, but it's also right. It's for them, I think. And Soren's just like, "Oh, okay, Maeve, okay." And he kind of smiles and gives her a hug and steps out and walks out and is like, "Sorry, I'm Soren."
Nice to meet you.
Sure. And they go and take the seats that are clearly kind of the family seats at the table, but there's seats enough for the rest of you to sit. The table also oddly high. Lots of leg space even for some of you. I would say, Leonora, your feet are barely touching the ground from the bench.
It makes sense.
And as you both kind of, you all find places to sit, and food is delivered and put out. Bread, hot, well-baked bread, perfect crust and everything is there and served, and you all get a chance to eat. Anyone bringing up any particular conversation as you're talking? What are we doing?
I will say that I haven't stopped reading, so I would like everybody else's lovely
this time,
Arcana, please.
I realized right before the session, wait, I'm introducing these new characters. They're all obviously going to get read, so here you go. Samson is the tower and coins for the ferryman.
Okay.
Erica is the glyph and the emperor.
Ooh.
Maeve, as I said, is the emperor and the fool.
Uh-huh.
And Soren is Moonless Night and the Thrones.
How convenient. Thank you.
folks are sitting. Maeve is pestering whoever she wants to pester. She's barely eating her food, asking questions, asking you to speak in your original languages, trying to test what she knows. How much interaction is going on with the child? Is she doing this? And how many of you are just kind of, no, seriously, let me eat?
Roan is gonna entertain the kid however she wants to be entertained.
Mhm.
I will say Lenora is also being very like in it and going to be going like full Vidachin with Umberto as we're talking about. Please don't give this child knives.
She has to learn at some point.
Listen, you have to give her just a little bit of time, especially when her parents are around. We are in a guest's home.
As this is happening, Soren speaks up in Vidachin. You might as well let her do it a little bit. She will never stop bugging you if you don't.
In Vidachin, she looks over to Soren and says, "Oh, quite the student, are we?"
He gestures over to the library section and is like, not much to do here other than study. So, and
Well, yeah.
he very much has the accent of someone who is learning Vidachin from a book.
Mhm.
Very strong Avalonian accent. I'm not able to deliver it for whatever reason. I had an accent picked out for these folks and it is gone. But and you can tell he's listening and picking up on your inflections and stuff like that as you talk. But also just looks tired as he's sharing this with you.
Trapped in this tower all by yourself, huh?
For 5 years, yeah. A boat comes once a month, brings supplies. Sometimes folks come up, but just us for 5 years.
I think Mykolas will actually look at Soren for a bit, seeing that he can speak other languages, and go, in Sarmatian, what battles do you fight?
He looks at you curious, and you can see him kind of sounding it out. And in very hesitant Sarmatian, looking very much like a teenager who is dodging the question, what kind of fights could there be? This is just a lighthouse on an island in the middle of nowhere.
Oh. In continuing in Sarmatian, we all carry different kinds of battles. Not all of them have to be with a sword or a fist. Sometimes they drain you.
He doesn't respond right away, but he is clearly watching you as the meal continues. Samson and Erica engage you all in basically small talk, wanting to pick up the news of the various realms that you've been through. They're very pleased to hear that some wars have ended, that the war between Montaigne and Castile seems to be well and truly over. They're interested in Vidachi. Vidachi seems to be getting treated like this exotic land of exotic, dangerous people, and the Avalonian curiosity towards it, because it's far enough away from Avalon that it's often tales of tales when traders finally get to them. And because of the Vadacine objectionist disconnect, it's rare that trade is direct between the two nations. And so they're kind of feeding you all about that. And the meal's going very pleasantly. Does anyone else have anything in particular that they want to direct at any of the people who are present?
If there's a lull, Mykolas will ask Samson, so what is the history of this place? It doesn't look like it was built by recent hands. It's old and big.
It's weird, he says. The books we have here. Are you still speaking in Sarmatian?
No, that one he would speak in Thean.
Then he's he's looking around. He's clearly fascinated by it, and he's like, I've read every book we have on this place. And there's the tiredness and you catch a hint of almost desperation in his tone as he's describing that. Like, it's too tall. Like, you'd think it was built for giants, but like skinny. And they say it's old empire, but that doesn't make sense. Old empire, just old Eiseners. This is Sienna, I guess, or something else. And it's magic in weird ways. Like that fireplace, he points over. Look at it and see what you notice.
He'll give it a look.
Anyone with a notice, if you have a notice 1, it's a weirdly shaped fireplace. Notice 2 or higher, there's no obvious fuel burning in it, but fire's moving through it.
I know his magic is sort of disconnected right now, but can he feel even a hint of a familiar power?
What's your notice?
1.
Okay. So you just see it's weird. You don't feel power. But your experience with Rona and the iconography of the Divai that is all over Samartia, you're definitely seeing it. Nothing you recognize, but you keep feeling like you should be able to recognize it. Like if you knew a few words in, say, Korean, you are definitely differentiating that it's got a Korean feel, even though you don't know the symbols, you don't know the language. This feels like the Divai. And he noticing that you haven't quite clocked on it. Did anyone get the notice to, or who would have looked?
I would have.
Yeah, like I said, no fuel. The fire seems to be coming up from down below. He's like, it's the furnace that powers the tower, and that's down below ground level. That fire's coming from below us, and will go all the way up to the main light itself. Fire doesn't do that. No matter how much fuel you burn, the flames only go so high. Something about this building just channels it.
Lenora's gonna walk to the fireplace. Is it like warm or is it just light?
It is warm, like I said. And as you get closer, you start to realize why nothing is close to the fireplace. As you're getting close to it, it's almost uncomfortably hot.
That is quite strange. And she's gonna like grab onto her wrists for a small second, just put a little pressure on her wounds and go back over to the table and sit.
You all sit over. Finally, Samson stands up and goes, well, an early morning of tending to the fuel for us. You all are free for as long as you want to hang out. You can take advantage of the library. It's a bit sparse, but anything we were able to bring, some books that were left behind and stuff like that. And we occasionally will get one on a trade ship if it stops. And then, Erica is like, your rooms are all going to be 2 flights upstairs, little private areas, one for each of you. Not much, but it will definitely be warm. The beds have been here a while, but I imagine better than whatever you were on those ships.
You have no idea.
Mykolas will look over at Soren. So, you want to show me around your library that you spend so much time in?
It gives you an odd look in my library. It's actually And he kind of glances over at his parents, and they're not really paying attention. You can sense from them, they're kind of grateful he's interacting with anyone. And so they kind of give him the encouragement. And he's like, okay. And he walks over to and shows you the way up the spiral staircase. And you're hoofing it. Like, again, these are tall floors. It's a tight spiral staircase. And even Mykolas, who's in good shape, after going a few stairs like this, you're getting a little... This is not the kind of exercise you usually get. Plus, after a long day and night of sailing and things like that. And you get up to the top and you get to what's his room. And you realize his room is not on the floor where the rest of the family stays. He has his own little place set up. You can see his bed. You can see a number of his books. And there is a big window, a big bay-style window that overlooks the lee side of the island, not the ocean in the other direction. And he walks up and kind of shows you his books. And he's like... They never really question when I want to grab a book, and those, and he points to one corner, is everything the library had about this place. Some journals of previous keepers and things like that. I put a few notes of myself in too. Just Dad didn't seem to care much about it, so I thought it'd be good to keep up the tradition.
Did they mention Divide? These books?
And he translates in his head, like the tricksters from Samartia. No, but there are talks about spirits. One talked about a demon, I think, and You think this place might be connected to the Samartian Divide?
Well, it feels familiar. The design looks familiar in some regards. And has anyone ever described them to you?
No, but the priests always say that they're devils and not to have dealings with them.
It's safer to not have dealings with them, that is true. But they are very tall and thin. And
Like
this place... Exactly.
You think they built this place?
Or something related to them, perhaps. They are old.
Do they have bodies?
Not in this world. But I get the impression that one time they were in this world.
Oh. He's thinking about that and sits down on his bed. I wonder if that's... And then suddenly his eyes shoot up, and he's got a working, and this is fairly rare, clockwork clock that is going, and he sees it and goes, oh, you should probably go to bed.
What are you afraid of, Soren?
I'm not afraid of it. And he's looking nervously, and you notice he's glancing into one corner, and in that corner, you see a minstrel's case. Carried fairly universal all over the place, the sort of thing often carried by musicians and the like. You should go to your room, though. Thank you for talking, but I need to study, and you're probably tired.
Mykolas will actually drop to his knee, like one knee on the ground, so that he is... It's both a sign of not being a threat and of respect and also bringing him down to a young man's height at the same time. Like he's doing all of it for those reasons. You need the services of a soldier, I think. You're fighting battles that you do not know how to fight. I have fought them myself.
I know how to fight it. I just don't know how to win it.
Tell me how to fight it, and I will tell you how to win it.
He squeezes his eyes shut for a second. It started about 6 months ago. I don't know why. I was up late. I was supposed to be in bed. I was looking out the windows. He swears a little bit and gets up and runs over to the minstrel's case, and opening it up, he pulls out a violin. And his fingers go to it and he starts rapidly tuning it. One moment. Would you blow out the lantern, please? It's easier if it's dark.
He will turn and blow out the lantern.
He then walks over. There's a fireplace like the one below on all of the floors, and he goes to one and he closes a little shutter on it that lowers the light and some of the direct heat. And then he goes over to the window, the big bay window, and he points out. They'll be here soon.
Ooh.
I don't know. But look. And as you go over to the bay window and you look out, you see these odd shadows start to drift against the wind, like wisps of cloud coming over rock embankment, seeming to come out of these odd little tunnels and chimneys that you hadn't noticed in the build. They seem to be spiraling around the various ice structures that were created that you all notice as you approached the island, and they start to take the shape of these tall, skinny creatures beginning to shamble towards the island. And he takes a deep breath, pushes open the center part of the window, quivering, puts the bow to the strings, and this haunting music starts to play out the window. And you watch as the shadows stop as the music begins, and instead start to slowly fan out, surrounding the lighthouse from all directions. And with that, we are going to take a quick break. Here's some information on other shows you can find on our channel, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Not if I'm with you, it'll probably be fine.
You're with me, and I'm with Verity. We'll be fine.
Nice. Who's that? Oh, right. The Montanian tart.
Hey, you speak nice of my friends.
Oh, she's your friend. I'm sorry. I'm fucking up all over the place.
If you were wanting to make a good impression, you're struggling a bit there. We're going to have to give you a better chance when you're sober.
Right. Did you see the fight, though? I took like 5 of them down.
Aren't you so strong? Pat, pat. And
you walk him back in. Everyone else has come down and having a lovely breakfast being served by cooks who do not often have.
You know what? I can't argue with that. And she'll just lead him back to the group.
While they were gone, Verity would be like, I don't know how she found someone of her people to hook up with in the night when we just got here.
Just the cloak that she was wearing and the clothes on her back. She's not really planning on storing anything, but I think beforehand she would assist with dishes or helping clean up dinner.
Yeah,
so
Erica
probably spending more time with Erica. Yeah,
Erica is grateful for the help, and while you're there, she's kind of scrubbing away and kind of mom gossiping, the kids and their studies. And as it's going, she's like, Maeve is obviously having a great place. A great time. This whole island is like a magical playground for a child. She runs outside and has adventures when the weather is good. She makes up stories of the creatures of this tower when it's not. And I do worry about Soren, though. I don't think he's taking... When we first came here, he was a shy boy, and we thought he'd appreciate time with just his family. I think none of us really appreciated what a big percentage of his life 5 years would be, and he tends to channel most of it into his music. Very studious, works very hard, but yeah.
Very talented indeed.
And music starts playing up above. Mournful minor key. He wasn't that interested even a year ago. But about 8-9 months ago, he started really working at it. And now, every night, I go to sleep with the sound of him playing.
Does it ever trouble you?
I mean, compared to the trouble he could be getting into in the city, but I worry. Mothers worry, but at least I know he's here and safe.
I suppose you're right. How many more years do you have left on the island?
Well, we lose track sometimes. We're a little more than halfway in. There'll be a couple more years before we are relieved. Typically, lighthouse keepers get assigned to other Navy installations, depending on how well they did. So,
well, it is something to look forward to get back to civilization always. I'm sure that you are grateful to have quiet, but also grateful to have guests.
Yes, very much so. Having you all here has been such a blessing. Haven't had any real guests in a few months, and then a couple months before that, my sister put a ride on a ship out, and then took another in, and that was a good time.
And when is your next shipment? I hear that you get a ship comes in once a month to help with supplies.
Weather permitting. Sometimes it's closer to 5 weeks, but I believe we're a couple weeks out from the next one. This is she gestures to the stew, the last of the vegetables. They weren't going to make it past tonight, so we were happy to have some extra mouths so that we could use it while it was still good.
Well, if there's anything that you all need, I'm sure that we can find some way to compromise or to assist.
That usually happens when a ship stops over. The first thing we trade for is always fresh produce if it's available.
Perhaps I can assist. And she's going to take out her cornucopia and just start trying to pull out some fruits and vegetables.
Are you trying to be subtle about the fact that this is clearly a magical cornucopia?
I will take out the first few, just that I've had some fresh produce in my bag, and I'll just take some out, and I will.
So you're not showing the cornucopia itself; you're showing the bag that it is in.
Correct.
All right. Give me your finesse and hide, and we'll see how well that goes.
Oh no, finesse and hide. Where is my thing? Da 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 da. It's fine, chat. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm just so magical. You said finesse and hide?
Finesse and hide. Unless you want to try to talk me into something else.
No, those are a 3.
On a 3. There's a couple moments when she's like, you've been on a ship that's long and you have you would guess on the conversation you were pulling out celery and carrots and stuff like that. That is produce, but that will also keep for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And a few onions. And she's kind of impressed that you just have this on you. But she doesn't tweak to it hard enough to be suspicious that you can tell. And so she sort of goes on, very thankful, and is talking out loud about what kind of meal this could become, as she starts putting things to the side. Let's slide on over to Umberto. What's Umberto doing up? You're in this weird building. You've gone to your room or not? What are you up to?
He's kind of been looking around and just kind of reminiscing almost. So anybody that looks at him, he's just kind of taking it all in. And when he is with them, they're in the room that's prepared for all of us.
Yeah. You each actually have individual rooms on this floor. There's so it's like the spokes of a wheel, and so the spiral staircase comes up in the middle, and then these little pie-shaped rooms going off to the side.
He would have brought just his satchel with him too. He's going to take out a piece of parchment and a small inkwell and just a beat up quill, and he's going to start writing a letter.
Okay. All right. You get started on that. Let's shift over to Rowan. If you could put the words of the letter in your private chat for me, Umberto. When you get it.
That came to me as soon as I finished that apple. Instead in the middle, I was going to be so disappointed. Ron is just entertaining Maeve the whole time. But for the most part, like she brung like normally if she goes like on patrol and stuff, like that's pretty much all she has. Like small rations and like stuff like that. And I think especially she would have brung and made sure she would have brung her Monster Hunter book. Like it's just like her what she like, you know, stuff that she drew and like redid, because I think she gave it to a different child before in their travels. So this is a new one that she has made and everything that she recall and like stuff like that. And she's just showing Maeve and going over that with her.
Maeve is fascinated by this and is looking through your things, and then you start to hear this kind of, again, sad, almost mournful violin music start drifting from upstairs. And Maeve kind of looks up, a little irritated almost.
What's the problem? Are you okay?
It's Soren. He always plays that music, and it's always that sad music. And yeah, he's good at it because he practices it all the time.
How old is she? Like 6? 5?
She's 9. She's about
9. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
And and then he plays it all night, and then he's tired all day the next day, and he can't play. And
well, I'm assuming he's doing it for a reason.
It's just like practice and playing music, and why couldn't he do it during the daytime? And now he can't play anymore during the day, and they can't play at night. And
okay. And then like concern hits her face. And then she goes, how long has he been playing this? Like for months now, or a year? Or
I don't know, like a lot of nights.
Right. Okay, how about this? And she'll pull out the book, and she'll flip to like the siren page. And she'll go, see, these creatures here,
those are sirens, right?
Oh, the genuine shock on her face, like, oh my god, she's red.
I used to hope that they would show up around here, but there aren't really stories of sirens in the law. So.
No, I don't think you would want them to show up here. They're pretty
but they
nasty
sing.
creatures.
They've got music.
Yeah, but they do that to eat you, though. Different things. But there are other creatures that are beautiful and they're harmless and they want to be left alone. They are mermaids. That's funny. There are mermaids, but also maybe don't go and touch them, even if they are pretty.
It's just, I don't know. It's fun having you here and playing and showing me your stuff. I miss playing with my brother,
I get that. Yeah. And yeah, I get that a lot. I understand that. Maybe tell him that tomorrow when you see him.
I tell him all the time. I tell him every day. I go up to his room and I shake him and I say, Soren, it's time to get up and play. And he just rolls over and tells me to leave him alone. And
Have you tried maybe, how about this? Would you be willing to learn how to play an instrument yourself?
I'm pretty good on the piano.
Me too. Would you want to learn a song and then maybe show it to your brother?
Like he could play with me on his violin while I'm playing on the piano?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Can we do it now?
It's pretty late.
All right, we're going to diverge over to Raphael. So as everyone is sort of going to the night, maybe you move towards your lady love and then find out the lady love is playing full-on host to this child. So what's Raphael getting up to?
Raphael will for 5 or so minutes will watch Rowan with Maeve and just smile at how enraptured the child is and how sort of happy that Rowan seems to be in kind of talking about all of these things that she's passionate about, and it is something that one of the many things that he adores about her. After that first little 5 minutes, though, he's probably going to start wandering because it's the whole sitting sedentary thing. He does not want to sit still, so he's just sort of walking around, and because there's no way in all of anything that he's really going to even be able to sleep right now. So he's just walking around and sort of almost like pacing in the floor. He's got his book of prayers and stuff on him that he is just sort of reading and muttering under his breath and things.
As you're wandering around, are you trying to give people room so you're not keeping folks awake?
Yeah. He's not trying to keep anybody awake if he can help it.
All right, so as you're pacing around, you work your way downward. You see where Lenora and Erica are kind of, working on cleaning things up and things like that and talking. You go down below, and the spiral staircase ends on the ground floor. And as you're looking around there and doing your reading, doing your puttering, you see another door that kind of has a small staircase going downward. And if you're gauging it right, this goes down into the hill, into the cliffs.
I'm going to make a case for my hubris and not leave well enough alone, and I'm going to go looking down the stairs.
Take a hero point, good father, as you start walking down the stairwell. And you come into a carved cellar almost at first, but the cellars that cut into the hills like this, like Castile has this sort of thing. And they're all, you can never keep all the water out, perfectly sealing the walls. Eventually roots push in, but this is darn near perfect. And everything else about this tower, clearly designed for very tall, very skinny creatures. And as you're moving around, there's this odd sense of claustrophobia, because you've got all the way to the ceiling, but the walls are just a little closer than you'd like them to be as you're moving around. And then you come into this large chamber, and in the center of it, you see the furnace. And this is furnace with a capital F. It is this massive construction. You can see where they have been feeding coal into it to burn, then you realize that this is the source of all of the fire, the oven, the fireplaces, everything warming the tower, and of the light itself. And it's this swirling, like you almost expect to feel wind from the way the fire is being swirled and channeled up towards the top. But though it is very warm, like immediately you have a bit of sweat break out, like when you walk into a sauna, that sort of sensation. But looking around, you see this thing and the fire just being set up, and there's this, you can feel the hairs on the back of your arms go up. And there's just something in here feels wrong to you.
Gonna look around and just sort of just see what he can see, because he's never seen a structure like this, I don't imagine, but trying to see if he can glean what could be there, because he gets uncomfy in certain places, sure, but he's not 100% sure why he is uncomfortable. So he's looking for where the source could be coming from. Like, where does it originate? Is it a thing that he's trying to figure it out?
Okay. As you are looking around trying to get a feel for things, you look and you see a place where the brick that is making up this chamber, very tightly laid, is, you would guess at this point, probably 12, 15 feet under the surface of the ground up above you. And as you go over and you're kind of looking at it, you see these weird black drips making their way through the cracks in the brick. Slowly making its way, and looking around, you don't see any other sign of drips, like no leaks. This place has been perfectly environmentally sealed, and you kind of move forward a little bit, and with your notice of 2, correct?
Just one.
One? Okay. Notice of 1, it might just be wind, but you hadn't really been hearing wind before. And again, like even with the way the fire tornado in the furnace is going, it's not making a blowing noise. It's like this weird wind coming from it. And then really hauntingly, from the furnace, as far as you can tell, comes this strange music. Very distant. And the drips recoil and go back out through the brick, through the cracks in the brick, and are gone.
Oh, that's not good. It is and it isn't. So like, it's the whole concept of the black goo, very bad. The fact that the music is keeping it away is good, but doesn't know where the music is coming from other than above him. So he just...
And actually, as far as you can tell, it's coming from the furnace itself. The acoustics bringing the sound to you are very weird.
Okay.
I know Wolfgar knows
okay.
that they're coming from up above, but as far as Raphael can tell, it's just coming from the furnace.
Got it. Okay. So it goes, what? And is there anything else around here indicating anything else? So yeah, so there's the stuff, I imagine the coal they might have set aside to sort of feed into this thing if necessary. Like, what is...
It's a fairly empty chamber.
Like, he's gonna walk over to the hole in the wall, if anything. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, not a hole, just cracks in brick, like where the brick has been laid, and you don't see mortar holding it together. It's just been laid together, but in the cracks between where the bricks are, that's where it seemed to be coming out of. But as you're looking around there, you glance and notice that a couple of crates of coal and wood and other things that have been brought down here have been sort of shifted around a bit, and have created this little cubby almost. Like there's one over it, like it's got a little mini roof. It couldn't be more than 3 foot square.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of shadowed out of the light, sort of built over to the side, relatively close to the bricks.
He's gonna peek in there. He's nosy.
You go over, and looking under, you see a small little blanket, a couple of stuffed animals, and a little mini tea set.
So this is a kid's playhouse type of deal.
Yep. They took some boxes, moved them around, and created a little space that they could go and hide and play in.
The fact that it is that close to the cracks in the brick bothers him a great deal.
One other thing,
going to do.
you see a small chalkboard is in there too, with a piece of chalk on it near it. That looks like it's been used for drawing and stuff like that.
I gotcha. Is there anything currently on the chalkboard right now?
You pick it up and it's just in a very childish scratch. Are you there?
There.
Well, this is going to be a clip.
It just goes. Raphael's going to look at gonna look at this and just kind of go, I wonder who you're looking for, little ones. Just holds and we'll put the thing back where he found it. But what he's going to do is he's going to say like his own version of a blessing over the area and put his hand against the cracks in the brick where he saw the black goo coming in at. And sort of just like that's the focal point. It's gonna like he's gonna make sure that he includes the little playhouse type of area, but it is also going to put his hand over the cracks in the brick.
As you're doing that and you're saying your prayer, there's suddenly a sound. But it's not coming from the brick. It's coming from the cubby. It is the scraping sound of chalk on a chalkboard.
Oh, okay. Like, I imagine that as Raphael finishes, he'll stick his head back in the thing and look at what the chalkboard.
In the same hand that said, "Are you there?" You see the chalk moving apparently on its own and writing out MAEVE ? Question mark. Up to Mykolas.
Oh no!
Mykolas, you see these figures spanning out and surrounding the tower, but not moving forward anymore. It's like they've come to a barrier that they can't pass, and some even drifted backwards in order to create. And they're lining all along to the cliff face. Probably, you would guess, about 200 yards out.
And they respond to your music, do they, Soren?
He continues playing and nods. So long as I play, they stay at a distance.
Have you changed what you play?
I tried. Some songs attract them, but this seems to hold them at bay. I found it in one of those books.
Gesture towards the book.
And the top shelf, third from the left.
And Mykolas will open up the book and flip through and see if he can find.
It is a book of Vaticine hymns.
And this one he's playing is.
He gives you the page, and you flip through, and you come to. You're not yet a linguist. Would Mykolas know anything about musical notation?
A little, like poetry and music tend to go hand in hand a little bit.
So you can see, after a little bit of looking and guessing and kind of counting and following the notes, you are able to. Okay, so he's playing this melody, but you do not recognize. You recognize that it is Castilian, but you cannot read it.
Okay.
No, wait. Correction. No, this would be Vodachin.
Vodachin.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's
And
old Vaticine.
Yep. He will go over holding the book. He's like, when you change songs, you said some of them attract?
They begin to, like, some make them come faster, some they almost dance, but that was creepier than anything else. This at least keeps them at bay. And he gets to the end of the song, draws it out almost like deep breath, and then starts in again at the top of the song.
Okay. They're responding to the music by keeping away. Other songs attract them.
He just nods. I don't even know what they are. The music did things, and so I kept playing songs. When I haven't played, I've occasionally seen them in the tower. And then one I saw climbing the stairwell. And I played and it backed off. But they've come every night for 6 months.
And you battle them by yourself.
How do you explain this to parents? They would stop me or make me go to sleep or something, and what if they got to Maeve? I
understand. I am going to get someone who can translate this for me.
Okay, I'll be here.
I know you will. Be strong. We will beat them tonight.
Okay.
And he will take the book, and he knows it's Vodachin, so he's going to find one of the two Vodachins he knows.
All right, so the first Vodachin you find on your trek downstairs is Umberto, who is working on writing in the room he's claimed is his for the night.
Okay. Mykolas should be like, I need a translator. Possibly the father and possibly Leonora as well. But can you read this? And he holds out the music book.
He will take it and he will look at it.
Your eyes almost immediately glaze over, just like the kid who occasionally got dragged to church and you never wanted to go back. Like, this is old hymnals. You can read the Vodachin. It is really archaic language. Like if you get dragged into a church that only goes out of the King James version, that kind of thing. Like it just, and as you're digging through, it's a very dry. Would Umberto know anything about musical notation?
Only like conversation, just to kind of small talk.
Mm-hmm. So you are also able to pick out eventually that this is the melody that you are hearing from upstairs. And it is an old hymn about driving out demons and fighting spirits.
Okay. One, seeing what I have now, should I be concerned?
Yes.
Go get Kujina and the father. I will.
He'll quickly head downstairs and not look like he's worried.
Mm-hmm. As you head downstairs, you pass Erica, who is on her way to the family quarters. And she's very pleasant. And it's like, oh, hello, I'm going to bed. Your friend is still down there. Last I saw her, she was looking into the fire. It's rather beautiful.
It is, I'm sure. I need to speak to her. Thank you.
Okay, of course. Have a good night. And
You too. Sleep well.
You get down to the floor. You see Leonora still on the floor, just having disengaged from the conversation with Erica.
Leonora,
See,
we have a problem.
there's a problem.
Yes.
Why is
And
there
he'll-
always a problem? Why
and he'll-
cannot we have a vacation one night?
He'll put his hand on her shoulder. If it were up to me, we would have a vacation every night. But it's not always up to me. And he'll show the book to her. This
Does Leonora recognize music notation?
I think that like in her very early stages of learning, she would have learned like your basic recorder or whatever like that. But she really didn't have time between the studies of not only reading, but also reading Sorte as much as possible. She's not had the time to really do that.
So you're able, if she's curious and would, to note that, oh, this is the tune that Soren is playing.
We have a problem. This music is the only thing holding what appear to be unquiet spirits of some sort at bay. He's been doing it for the last 6 months.
Oh, that poor boy. We need to obviously, yes, take me to him immediately.
Let's get the father first.
Oh, yes, let us. I think I saw Rafael go that way.
Yeah, you would have seen him go downstairs.
Go find Umberto. I'll meet the two of you up there.
Okay. And she's going to go run to Umberto's room.
Okay. Mykolas, you go downstairs and you do not see the father, but what's your notice?
1.
It's enough to see the path going down. And you see, and you're about to go back up, like, that's weird. Did he go all the way out to the ship? Actually, quick question. Would Mykolas, on a not immediately seeing the father or any direction he would have gone, would he go back upstairs to look, or would he look outside? Because obviously the door leading outside would be an option. And you know what's out there.
Yeah. I mean, he'd think about opening that door for just a second, at least. And he's like, I don't have the tools to fight what's out there. And
with that hesitation, then you see that there's a door going further down.
Then he will go further down and start calling out as he gets down there. Rafael,
this is after you see Maeve ? Finishes getting spelled. Someone calls your name. So
I feel like reflexively, he just sort of hand goes to his hip and he turns around and is looking for where the voice came from for a split second.
Mykolas, you come down, say his name, and see him go for his sword.
Father, we need you. Come now.
What is? There's something happening here. Something is going on. Something's not right. Something is not right. The things. They know her. They know her name. They know the girl's name.
The only thing that's keeping them at bay right now is that music. Now come with me.
He'll run after.
Raphael, as you start moving that way, as he mentions the music, for a second you're going, and then suddenly the melody clicks in your head. This song, in a tweaked form, is often played by the Inquisition. It's one of their battle hymns.
Oh.
The notes aren't all right. Like there's a few it's a little bit slower. Like they play it faster, more like a victory march. This is more like a dirge, but this is an Inquisition battle hymn.
Oh yeah, no. Upon hearing that, he's gonna run.
Be calm. We don't want to worry the rest of the family.
Just, this is you're right. And so goes and sort of takes a second, draws a breath, and then maintains a almost professional calm as he just moves through the rooms as quietly and as quickly as possible.
And as we head up, he's going to stop at Roan for a second and go, Roan, there are things outside. If any of them come inside and try to hurt any of this family, kill them.
She'll just kind of look where I'm assuming Maeve is like asleep at this point, probably.
Probably at this point with what's been going on, if Rowan would Rowan ever put her foot down and be like, "You got to go to bed now, girl."
Oh yeah, okay. Eventually. Yeah.
So you don't know that Maeve is sleeping, but she's at least lying down in bed.
She'll just like kind of lean over and respond, I was already planning on it. And like you just see her axe is like in her hand. She felt so uncomfortable after Maeve was like, he does this every night. And she's like,
and then with that, he will head on up to join the others.
All right, you all gather, I would assume, in Umberto's room, just because that's where folks would sort of landed. You all come in and are now all in the presence of the hymnal. The scene is yours.
Soren has been playing this music every night for 6 months to keep these things at bay. We have to give him a better solution.
What was the cause? Why have they started now? They've been here for years.
Something disturbed them?
I think we need to find whatever disturbed them, and maybe that will give us a clue to how to get rid of them.
I don't know that. Like, he will go on to explain what he saw when he was down in the depths of a thing, and just says, I prayed, and when I prayed, it wrote on its own.
What?
And it spelled her name. It spelled her name, and as if it was asking if she was there. She speaks to them. Or speaks to something. I do not know what.
I mean, Lenora's eyes go
I
wide,
do know
and
yeah, and because that music he is playing is a battle hymn. It is something that the Inquisition plays. Usually, the key is different, but it's the same song. It's for battle.
All right. What's the solution?
And is there anything that Raphael may have studied in dealing with some of this? If like, even if it was just stories or anything he might have come across that would have figured out or laid out what would happen, like playing, like what was the end goal? Is there anything even in stories that they could do to make it to where whatever these things are. Like, he's just trying to grasp at straws, trying to find something.
What is your scholarship again?
3.
With your scholarship of 3, and if you get you yourself cannot read the Vidachin. But if Umberto and Leonora help you with it, you recognize the difference in the words. This version of the hymn is talking about battle against spirits, whereas the Inquisition version was battle against sorcerers. But you can see it's almost more a matter of just drift over years, as the church has gone on and the change in the tone, and you are just racking your brain for what this would be about, and nothing really is coming to mind. Like, there are tales of prophets driving out demons and companies like this. It was one of the defining things done by the first prophet, would go to places that were controlled by spirits and drive the spirits out so that people could rule themselves. But nothing fitting this situation, certainly nothing that would explain why in 6 months, why for the last 6 months this has been a problem. I'm spending a villain point, and you all hear the music suddenly stop.
Mykolas is moving before he even thinks about why. He's just going to Soren immediately.
Raphael's running too.
You both dash up behind him, and as you go up through the family suites, actually, and as you're doing that, you hear muffled behind one of the doors, "Oh, good, he's going to sleep earlier tonight." And as you're rushing the rest of the way, you get up and you come into the bedroom and you see Soren on the bed, laid out, his eyes closed, breathing, not harmed. But it looks like he's passed out.
God, wait, no. We can help. He has fought long enough. It is our turn now. And is going to walk over and look at the kid and make sure that the kid is physically okay.
I mean, he's visibly exhausted, even asleep, but he is breathing. He collapsed onto the bed. His violin is on the floor. The
Can you
bow
play?
is in his other hand.
Can you play?
Yes.
Play.
And Raphael is going to start.
How much experience in violin has Raphael had? If you want to claim that he has studied in a musical instrument and this is the one, you can do that. But we're doing that now and locking it in.
Yeah, that he would have played it.
Okay, so give me your panache. No, this is you figuring it out on the fly. So give me your wits and perform.
Okay. Flair.
Mm-hmm.
I have not done that yet. Okay.
This might be the most gravitas behind a performance check we've ever had.
Oh my God. Stop it. Stop it.
I will give him my hero. Give Father Raphael my hero point. So you get 3 extra dice.
Oh, yay. Thank you. We need that. That gives me 5 total.
5 raises.
2 or 3 three of them were 10s.
All right. Dang. Okay. So you grab the violin and you start playing, and immediately it takes some work because you almost start with the hymn you always heard, the Inquisition Battle March, because you knew it so well. You have to force yourself to slow it to a dirge. You have to force yourself to the slight. You're moving it to more of a minor key than the major key that the Inquisition has always played it in. And you're forcing yourself in your head to get the new rhythm right, to remember the words as they were recited by Umberto, who apparently did a really good job of that. because you just rolled 5 raises. And Mykolas, looking out the window, you can see that the figures had started drifting forward, and they start returning back to the line as Raphael starts playing. And with 5 raises, Raphael, if there is an edit to the scene you would like to make. Now remember, you can't edit the monsters away, but something to the scene to the betterment of you or the party.
So I've got a bit of a question, and you can tell me what I would need for this to do. So you know those like the moment of that first like party synergy moment of a thing, like people knowing exactly where to step, people like coming together and playing off of each other, that kind of synergist moment to sort of figure out how they're going to make these things go away. Because while Raphael knows to a point, he it's more of like a piece of knowledge, like a piece of knowledge in the book that helps take a step in the direction they need to go.
Okay.
Help.
So you're asking for a
battle.
hint. You're asking for a
Yes.
hint with your edit. That is more than fair. As you are playing and as you are going through all of this, I'm going to say that you had a chance to talk a little bit more to Rowan as you were coming up and as you were getting, and you overheard Rowan talk about the girl talking about how ever since he started playing, Soren doesn't play with her during the day anymore, and her friend doesn't play with her at night anymore. And it occurs to you that what started all of this, what started the flood that now has to be held at bay with the shield, might be something the little girl did down there in the room with the furnace. But that started the flood.
So Raphael is playing and he's going into it, and he's going to start talking in Castilian, knowing that Rowan is there to help sort of distribute that translation.
Rowan is downstairs standing guard to make sure nothing threatens the family. Yeah.
Got it. You're right. Never mind. So in a language they all understand, he's going to basically sit there and say, something happened in the room you found me in downstairs, Mykolas. It's something happened down there. When I said the chalk, look for the chalk. There was, and we'll sort of describe the black shadowy ooze coming out of the wall and how it was writing on its own. He watched it, he saw it. It was written in a child's like hand, and we'll just go to describe all as it says, I will hold here. You will have to look and see. Maybe you might be able to see something different. I will hold it here.
Real quick, I'm going to transition to Rowan. So, Rowan, where have you set guard? Are you on the family floor? Are you down by the door? What is Rowan doing?
She would probably want to protect the family, so like she's like in front of that door, like legit, like standing guard, and then she'll patrol every like 5 minutes or so, but she'll always end up back at that door.
So you are patrolling around and you're doing what you do. You're a little on edge because as a hunter, you're more used to going on the attack than staying on the defense. Sometimes you bait monsters in, but generally Rowan is much more the tackle the gargoyle, write it off the rooftop.
Yeah.
And as you're going around, you're walking through again the family common room. And you see a shape in the fire you hadn't noticed before. It looks human. almost stretched. You'd guess in the fireplace, certainly taking up the full height of the fireplace, seeming to look at you curiously.
Okay, this is where Took has to differentiate between the player and the character.
Right now, Took is saying, "Oh hell no," and running the hell away. Rowan.
Took is like, "Oh fuck that! That's a demon. Run." Rowan, on the other hand, understands what they've been going up against. And her first thought is maybe Divide or something like that.
It looked similar to the general shape of the figures you saw at the museum.
And her
Though
first
made
question
of
is,
fire.
well, yeah, her first question is, what do you want?
I'm curious. And
About?
the voice, the voice is crackly. It's like, have you seen the memes and the TikToks of like, "Hi, I'm the talking piano," and if you see the
Yeah.
words, like the sound result, it's the roar and crackle of a fire, but it resolves into these words in your head. And you're not sure if you're hearing them or if they're just appearing in your head. You're doing it the hard way.
Doing what exactly?
The music will work so long as you can play.
Right.
But it doesn't make them go away. It can't hurt them.
What are they?
Shadow.
Shadow. Does that ring a bell at all to her? I don't think so.
I mean, there's lots of monsters that have been called Shadow.
Yeah.
They don't match the description of what you've seen out there.
Yeah, that he would have played it.
Okay, so give me your panache. No, this is you figuring it out on the fly. So give me your wits and perform.
Okay. Flair.
Mm-hmm.
I have not done that yet. Okay.
This might be the most gravitas behind a performance check we've ever had.
Oh my god, stop it. Stop it.
I will give him my hero. Give Father Raphael my hero point. So you get 3 extra dice.
Oh, yay, thank you. We need that. Um, that gives me 5 total.
5 raises.
2 or 3 of them were 10s.
All right. Dang. Okay. So you grab the violin and you start playing, and immediately it takes some work because you almost start with the hymn you always heard, the Inquisition battle march, because you knew it so well. You have to force yourself to slow it to a dirge. You have to force yourself to the slight. You're moving it to more of a minor key than the major key that the Inquisition has always played it in. And you're forcing yourself in your head to get the new rhythm right, to remember the words as they were recited by Umberto, who apparently did a really good job of that, because you just rolled 5 raises. And Mykolas, looking out the window, you can see that the figures had started drifting forward, and they start returning back to the line as Raphael starts playing. And with 5 raises, Raphael, if there is an edit to the scene you would like to make. Now remember, you can't edit the monsters away, but something to the scene to the betterment of you or the party.
So I've got a bit of a question, and you can tell me what I would need for this to do. So you know those like the moment of that first like party synergy moment of a thing, like people knowing exactly where to step, people like coming together and playing off of each other, that kind of synergist moment to sort of figure out how they're going to make these things go away. Because while Raphael knows to a point, he it's more of like a piece of knowledge, like a piece of knowledge in the book that helps take a step in the direction they need to go.
Okay.
Help.
So you're asking for a hint. You're asking for
Yes.
a hint with your edit. That is more than fair. As you are playing and as you are going through all of this, I'm going to say that you had a chance to talk a little bit more to Rowan as you were coming up and as you were getting, and you overheard Rowan talk about the girl talking about how ever since he started playing, Soren doesn't play with her during the day anymore, and her friend doesn't play with her at night anymore. And it occurs to you that what started all of this, what started the flood that now has to be held at bay with the shield, might be something the little girl did down there in the room with the furnace. That started the flood.
So Raphael is playing and he's going into it, and he's going to start talking in Castilian, knowing that Rowan is there to help sort of distribute that.
Rowan is downstairs standing guard to make sure nothing threatens the family.
Me.
Yeah.
Got it. You're right. Never mind. So in a language they all understand, he's going to basically sit there and say, something happened in the room you found me in downstairs, Mykolas. It's something happened down there. When I said the chalk, look for the chalk. There was and will sort of describe the black shadowy ooze coming out of the wall and how it was writing on its own. He watched it, he saw it. It was written in a child's like hand, and will just go to describe all as it says, I will hold here. You will have to look and see. Maybe you might be able to see something different. I will hold it here.
Real
Just-
quick, I'm going to transition to Rowan. So, Rowan, where have you set guard? Are you on the family floor? Are you down by the door? What is Rowan doing?
She would probably want to protect the family, so like she's like in front of that door, like legit, like standing guard, and then she'll patrol every like 5 minutes or so, but she'll always end up back at that door.
So you are patrolling around, and you're doing what you do. You're a little on edge because as a hunter, you're more used to going on the attack than staying on the defense. Sometimes you bait monsters in, but generally Rowan is much more the tackle the gargoyle, right it off the roof type.
Yeah.
And as you're going around, you're walking through again the family common room. And you see a shape in the fire you hadn't noticed before. It looks human, almost. Stretched. You'd guess in the fireplace, certainly taking up the full height of the fireplace. Seeming to look at you curiously.
Okay, this is where Took has to differentiate between the player.
Right now, Took is saying, "Oh hell no," and running the hell away.
Exactly.
Rowan.
Took is like, "Oh fuck that! That's a demon. Run." Rowan, on the other hand, understands what they've been going up against, and her first thought is maybe Divide or something like that.
It looked similar to the general shape of the figures you saw at the museum.
And her
Though
first
made
question
of
is,
fire.
well, yeah, her first question is, "What do you want?"
I'm curious. And
About?
the voice, the voice is crackly. It's like, have you seen the memes and the TikToks of like, "Hi, I'm the talking piano," and if you see the words, like the sound result, it's the roar and crackle of a fire, but it resolves into these words in your head. And you're not sure if you're hearing them or if they're just appearing in your head. You're doing it the hard way.
Doing what exactly?
The music will work so long as you can play.
Right.
But it doesn't make them go away. It can't hurt them.
What are they?
Shadow.
Shadow. Does that ring a bell at all to her? I don't think so.
I mean, there's lots of monsters that have been called Shadow.
Yeah.
They don't match the description of what you've seen out there.
I'm assuming you're not the cause.
I am fire.
Don't make it cute. Don't make it cute. And she just looks at it like she's still looking at it with like a super serious face, and she goes, "That's not a good enough answer."
It's the truth. If you want to destroy them, you have a weapon that can do it. You
Which
brought
is?
it with you. Well, the other one did.
You got to be more specific.
He'll know which one. It can cut spirits. It can cut shadow. It can kill shadow. And then they leave you alone. Until you want them. We're going to go to Umberto. Umberto and Leonora are still in the room. What's happening there?
I think like in the meantime, like they've rushed off. We still have that book. So I'm trying to like look through and see if there's anything else in the book that might be of any assistance other than the
as you were digging through and looking around, this is a lot of like old hymns and stuff like that in old language. Like this is like for like if one of us found a hymn from like the 1600s, a hymnal from the 1600s, and you're like trying to make some sense of any of it, and the language is really weird. Like it's clear they didn't really care if it really went with the music. It was just theology, and it's kind of turning your head around because Lenora was never a theological student, and so why would you put it that way? And the Vidachin is old, and then you hear the music start again up above you, so digging through. But what you are able to find is numerous notes that you would guess are in Soren's hand. Like one is like violently scratched out with like, no, it just makes them angry.
Oh.
Another makes them come faster. Then there's one note, this dance is worse even than when they're attacking. And just his notes and things. While she's doing that, Umberto, what are you up to?
He's just glancing over her shoulder, trying to get as much information as possible. And then he really wants to go upstairs to see what's going on.
You're glancing through, and what is your scholarship?
Mine is 1.
Less than that.
Less than that. Okay. You're not picking up anything from this, and finally you head upstairs to see what's going on with Mykolas and Raphael. With your 1, Lenora, there's one other hymn that you feel like you've heard before. It's hard because now there's other music playing, and it's hard to read sheet music while there's other music going around. But you feel like if it got played, and there's no notation on it, like the melody kind of plays in your head a little bit. You have no idea why.
She does the one thing where she like holds one ear and tries to like go with the notes and hum it. But yeah.
And as you do that, let's give this your let's call it resolve and scholarship.
Okay.
You need 2 successes.
Okay, we got this. 2 successes. 1, 2. Yeah, 2 successes.
2 successes. All right. You remember the Strega who taught you humming this while doing readings.
Yeah. Do I? So I've heard the humming. Is there like any words that are specific?
The words, as you're piecing them through and looking over what this particular hymn is about, it is a warning against those who trifle with fate. And you realize that this version, anyway, is a warning against the Strega. Both for the people to avoid them and for the Strega to watch their step.
Damn. Okay.
All right. Umberto, as you're going up the stairs, you run into Mykolas coming down the stairs.
What's the situation?
The father is continuing to play to keep them at bay. I'm hoping that Leonora and you maybe have found something in the book that would be useful. He said something about the chalkboard downstairs. Maybe that we could get some information. Something about the talking to Maeve.
Talking to. Okay. Lead the way, I guess.
All right, you're both able to go down the stairs, and pretty easily, after the description that Raphael gave you, you're able to find the little cubby that Maeve had made with a nice little blanket, a couple stuffed animals, a tea set, and the chalkboard.
There's two things. One, would stop and tell Lenora before going down, and two, stop and tell Roan just so that Rowan's in the loop of what's going on.
Interesting. 1 second. Lenora, would you come along with them and bring the book?
I would bring the book with me, yes.
Okay. I'm going to pull a little bit of storyteller shenanigans. I'm going to spend a villain point to make this happen. You see Rowan and tell her what you're doing before she encounters the fire spirit.
Damn it.
I am tweaking the scene slightly.
Okay.
Hey, DM, or storyteller, do you want 5 more villain points?
Oh my god.
Christ!
Yes, I do want 5 more villain points.
You're welcome.
Oh, when I catch you, Natalie. When I catch you.
I need to get rid of these lashes, goddamn.
I keep forgetting you have so many.
All right. All of you then, except for the good father who's still up top playing, make your way down the stairs.
I think Rowan's staying at the entrance.
Yeah. Rowan is staying on patrol, and Raphael is up top playing. And you all make your way down into the furnace, and are able to fairly easily find the little cubby, the blanket, the stuffed animals, the tea set, and the chalkboard. And you can see in the hands, "Are you there?" And then Maeve, ? Yes, Lenora.
I want to read / look at the weave and see if there's anything that's hooky, pooky, spooky.
The chalkboard is the moonless night. The moonless night.
Don't like that. Oh no. Is there any threads of fate that are leading in, like,
one leads up through the ceiling, another leads into the bricked area.
oh no, oh baby, no. Okay. She's going to relay this message and be like, please do not touch anything. That chalkboard is in fact connected and is showing me arcana.
Okay.
And it is directly linked to Maeve. I think she wanted a friend.
Oh.
So evil spirits again, but this time not our fault. Got it.
But it is our responsibility.
All right. I trust you know better what to do with this than I do.
You would be thinking very wrong, but we will try together. I think this might be time to maybe wake Maeve and ask her some questions.
At least I'm loath to bring any more horror to these children.
Well, maybe not you. I was thinking maybe some that she was enamored with at first. Not to say that you're not enamoring. I mean, never mind. I think it might be best if
Umberto. As all this is going on, and Lenora and Mykolas are having a back and forth with a cadence that you're kind of used to at this point. As she points out that the one string of the thread is going through the brick, you just kind of glance over at it and you're looking at it. And you've worked in big buildings with towers and things like that. And this bit of brick is so obviously not the same construction as everything else here. Everything else here looks like it was perfectly carved. This brick is different.
He's just going to kind of cock his head to the side and look at it. And then he's just going to pull out a dagger
Mm-hmm.
and jam it in between the bricks.
It slides in cleanly. There doesn't seem to be any mortar between these bricks.
Well, isn't that interesting?
What's interesting?
And he's going to look around. Is it like a doorway or something?
It's just a section of the wall.
So he's going to try to remove one of the bricks.
You're working and fiddling around, and just to see how long this takes you, give me your finesse and weaponry. This is entirely a time-based risk.
Yeah.
4. You are making quick work of it. As you're going, it's scraping because they were well laid, and so it's tough getting your fingers in, and you're moving around, and you're kind of focused on this. Leonora and Mykolas, you hear another scraping noise, and you look down and you see the chalkboard. Help. 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 Help.
Oh no.
Rowan. Rowan, you are there looking at this fire demon. The group has now gone downstairs.
You keep putting me in these scary movie ass situations that I don't know how to feel about. I think once she learns that, she goes, there's only 2 people that she could probably think of. And she saw them go downstairs, right?
Mm-hmm. They told you what they were doing.
She will try to quickly go down there to give word.
Be careful, says the fire spirit.
She'll
He
stop.
doesn't like to share power. He might not let you protect her. You might just have to take it.
And then she goes up. She turns around and says, fuck that, in her brain, and starts to go up to where Maeve is instead.
Mm-hmm. You go up to the room where Maeve is. Do you open the door?
Yeah.
She's tossing in her sleep. And you hear her muttering under her breath. Help. 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 Help.
Oh, God. We ain't never stopping at creepy islands ever again. Do you hear me? Shit, I don't know what to do. I don't know if waking her is a fucking good idea.
Do you wake her up or not?
Shit. Why couldn't someone else like the kid a whole lot? Leonora could have been up here to make this fucking decision.
Here's the thing to think about, Rowan. If Rowan was ever in that situation, where would she have found the most comfort? What would have brought her peace? Was it somebody sitting beside her? Was it somebody talking to her? The very thing that she craved and wanted as a child, what would she give that to another who needed it?
Oh, I think she's probably just gonna she's gonna gently pick her up and hold her in the bed.
As you pick her up, suddenly her eyes open wide and she looks at you and she throws her arms around your neck and just squeezes for a second. Not like straight, but you know, the big hug.
Yeah.
And he's scared. He's scared.
Who?
My friend, he's scared. Someone's opening his room. He's scared.
Oh, it's okay, darling. It's fine. And she'll just kind of hold her there. My
Why are
friends
they
are.
opening his room? Why are they opening his room?
Can you tell me who is your friend?
I used to play hide and seek with him.
Sounds so fucking scary.
He would. He never saw it. He would only hide, but I could always find him. And then we started talking. He was lonely too.
Did he ever give you a name?
No. He didn't even really seem to know what names were. But Shadow?
Okay. Well, you remember how we were talking about monsters earlier, right?
Uh-huh.
There are different types, such as spirits, and to be honest, not all of them are bad. There are some that just wants to live and play. But even so, you have to be careful. And you can't play with everything you see.
But I was lonely, and so was he.
I understand that. But oh fuck, you're gonna make me cry. I hate you. Oh no. Ooh, bring it back. Adult. Got it. All right. Ooh. Loneliness is not easy. Trust me. But luckily for you, you have family here. Things that people who aren't gonna hide from you. They're gonna be there with you.
Soren's, well, he's a teenager now, and in the last 6 months he just does this, and mom and dad are grown-ups. They've
I
got
get that.
work.
Well, you may think that this shadow is a friend. And that's for the moment. Okay. But everything has a true form. And it seems like things are happening. So I'm going to keep you close to me. I'm going to hold you however long you want me to. And I'm going to protect you.
Okay.
And my friends will help.
Are we in danger?
And she's not gonna say anything. She's just gonna hold the child. She's gonna hold Maze. Oh.
So we are in child. We are in danger. Maybe his friends could help. He said he had other friends he hadn't seen for a long time. We tried to invite them, but I guess it didn't work.
Let's see. Can you tell me how?
Oh, he taught me how to sing a song. And we are going to go back down to the furnace. As Umberto, you were finally able to pull one of the bricks out, and it's actually a lot thicker than you were expecting. This wall was solid. And as you pull it out, but it's interlaced, so there is a space. The wall does not collapse as the brick comes out, and there is just darkness beyond it. The flickering light from the furnace doesn't easily penetrate this one hole in the brick.
Well, we've come this far.
Gugino, I think you should stop.
Why?
Is the chalkboard still saying help, 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 help?
Yes. And now the words are writing over each other. The chalk, because it has filled the board pretty quickly and it's just getting layered.
Yeah. Just pause for a moment, and she's just going to just watch the chalkboard. Does it continue? And
then a new word starts getting interspersed. Maeve, help. Maeve, help. Help.
I don't know where to go from here, but she's seeing the two threads. Are they like shining? Are they like doing anything in particular?
As you read again, the arcana have moved. You watch as the thread seems to pull free of the chalkboard. And the arcana seem to slide along it through the brick wall.
Is the chalkboard still
as
writing?
that happens, the chalk drops and falls to the side.
Understood. So that is a friend, points to the brick wall. Maeve needs help. So you all can stay here if you wish. One of us need to go up and help Maeve.
You two go up and help Maeve.
Do you think that is a good idea?
There is suddenly dripping. The black shadow, almost viscous, around the edges. And those with a notice of 2 or higher, anyone here?
Me.
You hear coming from behind the wall in a very wispy, willowy, could easily be mistaken for wind. Maeve, is that you? Maeve, I'm afraid. Maeve, help.
Leonora's gonna speak. And she's gonna say, Maeve is in her room now. How can we help?
Who is we?
We is the guests in this house.
Witch.
Mm-hmm.
Witch.
She is not alone.
Two witches. Witch of fate. Witch of blood. Name caller. Name caller. Name caller.
And who are you?
Shadow. Which name color? Which name color? Which name color? Which name color? Which name color?
Shadow, this is Leonora.
Leonora which?
Shadow, You know what I am. I do not know what you are.
I am lonely. I am shadow. I am broken. I am half of whole.
And the rest is outside, yes?
Only half. Half inside, half out. Half inside, half out.
Do you want to go out to your other half?
Never go out.
Why?
Unknown. Cold. Wind blows.
You can walk with me.
Walden. And the viscous liquid forms a hand, seeming to drip. Sort of like, I can't remember the name, the villain from Ferngully.
Hexus. Hexus.
Dripping out as this hand sort of reaches out like it's searching.
Mykolas is going to reach out and grab the hand.
You can feel something there, and as your hand goes through it and pulls back, there is some residue left. Try again.
He'll stick his hand and grab again.
And it's clearly trying to take your hand. And the fingers are too long. Again, elongated, like stretched. And it's trying to curl around, but it feels very much like a child reaching to take a hand and passing through things like that. Name caller. You are name caller.
I am a name caller. I am here. I think for you.
And it falls back. Sorry. I'm trying.
It's all right. And Mykolas will just reach into the hole, grab one of those bricks, and pull it as hard as he can out of the way to widen the hole.
The hole widens, and a bit more of the light from the furnace comes in. And as the hand reaches out again, I'm going to say, Leonora this time, you happen to glance behind, and you see a hand made of fire reaching out of the furnace.
And she's just going to gasp. I'm going to read the furnace.
Interesting. Let me see.
I want to see if there's a connection.
What you see as you're looking into the furnace is the potential, you think, of cards. There's something there. There are threads there, but they're reading differently. It feels very much like a child that has not had their name day yet.
Does there seem to be any like preceding danger? Like, are they reaching towards each other? Is there like the hands going for like the wrist of Shadow? Like,
It's so you are well away. You are at least 20 feet away from the furnace. It is a massive thing in the middle of this huge chamber. It is reaching. It's mirroring.
Mm.
Anything the shadow hand does, the fire hand does. It is grasping, trying to hold on to a hand that none of you can see there.
Shadow, is this a friend? And kind of gestures over to the fire.
It is half.
Shadow, do you need to be united with your half?
Don't know how. Broken so long ago, don't know how.
Lenora's going to try to address the fire. And you?
You can destroy them. They can be destroyed. You have the weapon. The name caller has the weapon. They can be destroyed.
Why?
They will never stop.
What will they do?
Reclaim their other half. And then the lighthouse goes dark. And the ships die in the deep.
Then you might leave too. For you're one half of a whole.
I am a guardian.
And who is Shadow to you?
Half of a whole.
Do you
A
need to...
necessary division. To divide creates power.
Did you do this?
No. I serve the ones who did.
What happens if you are reunited?
I am not divided. I merely shepherd those who were.
If I were to take...
You don't want to see what happens if they feel they are close. Raphael, you've been playing for a while and you're getting a little bored of the song. It's been literally about an hour at this point of you just constantly sawing away, and you're trying to imagine poor Soren doing this for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you glance outside just to make sure that the boundary is being held, and you notice something is happening. You look in, and the figures are looking at their hands. And then their hands clench into fists. And they start to grow taller and bigger and broader.
Oh, no.
They start putting their hands forward like this, and you can see shimmering of energy, like they're testing the boundary that's keeping them at bay. Hitting it. Hitting it. And then 4 of them turn. Look up at where you are in the window. And turn back again as these 4 and only these 4 start walking down towards where the Sandoval's fortune is currently docked. And with that, we are going to bring this episode to a close. Thank you to Basics of the Game for hosting us. Thank you to Dragon of the for producing us. Thank you so much to all my players. And until next time, keep playing more games.